Every week it does this. I hope you can hear me now. But it's Monday night. The lava lamp's working again. It hasn't been working because it was on a power supply and it wouldn't get hot enough, so it wasn't working. So now the lava lamp's working again, and it's amazing. Don't forget. So, anyways, I was looking at a lot of research on a bunch of different stuff about like just different stuff about wait stations and stuff like that, getting tickets, warnings, kind of stuff like that. I kind of want to know, and I'm going to put it in a poll in here. Definitely going to put it in a poll. um what's worse, a warning or a ticket? 'Cause this is what I'm coming up with a bunch of like I was looking up a bunch of different information about getting tickets and about your CDL demerits. I mean, on your CDL, point system for the demerits, a whole bunch of stuff like that. And one of the things that came up was, should you take the warning or should you take the ticket? And the reason I'm asking is because I've seen so many people that are on there saying never take the warning. If you get a warning, try to talk the cop into just writing you a ticket, because you can fight a ticket, you can't fight a warning. So there's the poll. Let's see what happens. See who's thinking what in this situation. Just seeing what people are thinking about this, because now I've heard ticket you can fight, but the warning does not exist. So they look it up, right? They can look up if you got what you got a ticket for, what the fence was, and for all that. And if they give you a warning, like the cops like, I'm going to do you a favor, I'm going to give you a warning, really is not doing you a favor, because you can't fight it. And if you can fight it, it's almost impossible to get it off your record. So therefore, I've been doing a lot of research, and people are all ask the police officer to give you a ticket. Give you a ticket any day beats a warning, because you can fight it. Hey, Oakdale Reefer Haulers here.
What's up? What's up?
What's happening, brother?
Nothing much. Can y'all hear me fine? I got the earpiece in this time.
Yeah, I can hear you perfect. I'm not having
Awesome.
no issues.
I was trying to come up in here, but I couldn't get my earpiece to connect.
To connect, right?
Yeah.
Put our names up there, that way people know who we are.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if you heard what I was talking about. We were talking about warnings versus tickets. Like, I've been doing a lot of research on, like, and I do mean a lot of research, like,
yeah,
putting together a video about demerits and stuff. Like, I had this video made, right? And I was all like, oh, cool, I'm gonna do it. So I'm all like demerits. This will give you 3 points, like driving on closed roads, failing to obey the yield sign or the right of way, all the way to not level 7, but 7 demerit tickets, like speeding, or racing, like all kinds of stuff. Like, and then what I found out is, like, if I'm not on the right state, because I had to redo everything, because I was looking at different states, and I found out that they're different. Like, some states are all like, take your CDL away, your license away for 30 days. Some are, and then they'll fall off after so much time. There's a whole bunch of stuff involved into it.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm good now.
Pegleg says, an old lawyer friend always told me to take the ticket over a warning. So straight up from a lawyer. Sean Derler, whoop whoop. What's up from Gene Scott? Matt B's in the house. Dakota's on Facebook following along. Let's see here. Scotty B's in here. I'm just trying to get to everyone. Green Witch is in here. Ians. River Rich is in here. Mr. River Rich. I thought He said, "Put it in a bowl, LOL. You can't smoke it." River Rich says, "Oh, I read. He posted it twice." Ian says, "Can fight a ticket, can't fight a warning," and that's what I was getting down to. Is it's going to be the same demerit whether it's a ticket or not. Also, in the research I've done, and it depends on the state because I've been going through a lot of different states, and it would take too much time. Like I put a lot of time into trying to do research for that video. And at the end of the day, I found out that each state's going to be different, but a ticket and a warning will hold the same amount of demerit points. And you have to wait a certain amount of time to get those demerits to fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Pegleg says, "Mr. Oakdale, fancy meeting you here."
Yeah, fancy seeing you here.
Who are you guys? Do I know you? River Rich, you know us.
Probably not me, because this is probably the second time you've seen me, unless if you just was in my life.
Slipdog 04 Jump Seat says, "Slipdog in the house." Let's see what the poll says already. We already got some people that voted on the poll. It looks like out of 6 votes, 67% says take the ticket. And I don't know. I guess it depends on what they were giving me a ticket for or a warning for. And another thing that I did some research on is whenever you get pulled over in a commercial vehicle, the police, the DOT officer, or the law enforcement, they want to run a inspection on your truck. And then whenever you get that warning, it holds even more weight because you got it during an inspection.
Yep.
So I mean, you're kind of screwed, or you're out of luck if you get it in an inspection. River Rich, where does the best barbecue come from? Never heard until Oakdale until Twisted says something.
Wow.
The river peg leg. But I don't know. Hey guys, I love the support with y'all texting me, shooting me the text on my phone, and like hitting me up. I mean, that's freaking awesome. I had some juggalos hit me up today, and they were all like, "Hey, we're arguing." It was a girlfriend, boyfriend, or a husband and wife. They were going back and forth. They're all like, "Is he a juggalo or is he not a juggalo?" And I had to be like, "Yeah, I'm a juggalo." So they're not bickering back and forth anymore.
Juggalo homies.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Whoop whoop.
I used to play that video game, I just broke my other thing. Backyard Wrestling. I used to love those video games. Look, I went out to the truck and got my other GoPro that I was talking about, and I just broke my thing right there. So now it's not going to hold. It's right there in the floor, so I'll get it here in a minute.
Look at Greenwich. They're talking about that barbecue. I've heard that Texas has the best barbecue. Texas knows how to throw down some smoke. That's what we do.
They do. I got a buddy, Big Country. He from there. He bring me some barbecue every once in a while. Not my truck, but I have a buddy named Big Country.
So how's Lease been treating you?
It's been going great. Like I said, it's just my fueling. I had the deadhead over almost 1,200 miles. Luckily, I got paid for that.
Okay.
Because y'all know, if y'all don't know, leasing does not get paid for deadhead miles. I had the deadhead all the way from Salt Lake City down to Gallup, New Mexico, all the way over, then hit up Dodge City. Y'all probably asking, why didn't you just go on 70? There's a town called, I don't know what it's called. It's something Castle. Between there and Denver, there was like 50 miles of road closed under like 5 feet of snow. And I told my fleet manager, I asked him, I said, why can't I just get on 70? Because I was on 70 for like maybe 10 miles. And I, I called him back. I said, oh, you can forget it. I'm going down to 40. He's like, yeah, I thought you would do that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you said you don't get paid, Deadhead. I thought that they put it on your next load, like it figured it at $1 a mile or something like that.
I actually got 88 cents per mile on that Deadhead. Yeah. And trust me, that check that I just got last week, it was hefty because of that. And plus, it delivered Thursday morning, which time goes in Wednesday at 4. But he asked me the next morning. He's like, "Hey, you want this load on this paycheck?" I said that would be great because the only load I had on that check was a $1,600 load, and I told him, "Look, that's going to put me almost a 5,000 revenue for that week." So I said, "Yeah, go ahead." That way it covers all my expenses because I added up my expenses. I was not expecting that number. So
how many weeks are we at lease now?
over a month.
Over a month.
So that's what I was talking about just a while ago, that I'm thinking about special ordering me a truck.
Already?
Because it also gives the option if you want to lease purchase. I'm not lease purchasing because I might come up with something like, okay, I can upgrade this. I can upgrade my vinyl. I can add a little something right here on the side of the truck or something like that. I weighed my options. I already know I'm not getting the digital dash. I'm not doing that because I've heard nightmares about that digital dash.
I think it looks bad anyways in the Freightliners. I think it just looks like a tablet glued to the dash. David Grant says, if you get a ticket or are suspended, set a court date for a hearing, wait a few days, then ask to reschedule. Sometimes the cop doesn't get notified of the change. If he doesn't show up, you win. I've heard of that before. I've heard of people keep on getting it rescheduled till the cop wasn't there and then say, oh, we're doing it now and beating it that way. I don't know how accurate that is. BRB Trucking says, my favorite is hash and rice, South Carolina. I think the best barbecue comes from California, said Peg Leg.
I wouldn't know. I don't go to California.
Hey, River Rich said your worst mistake was being in Salt Lake City.
I had a load going up to Ogden. I said, forget it. I'm just going to go down to Salt Lake City. So I was already out there.
I watched that video of that new terminal. I thought it was pretty interesting. I forgot. Hey, if y'all are looking at for a video on what the Salt Lake City terminal looks like, I think Oakdale did a pretty good job of walking around there and getting some video done inside the building. I thought it was a pretty good video, and I got to kind of see more of the layout or understand more of the layout, because I didn't kind of understand it at first, because in the driver meeting on Friday safety meeting, you can't really tell if the guy's inside a cafeteria or not. You see the staircase, but when you went around and did the video, I could see that the staircase is right there.
Because when I turned the corner from operations, and then you seen the guy sitting right there on his computer. See, I got lost the first time I ever went in that. I thought the only way into the cafeteria was to go upstairs, then down the spiral staircase. Then I came out some other door that's on the complete other side of the building, and I had to walk around the whole building just to get back to my truck.
It looks like a nice terminal, and the where the food is looks just like Pittston. Like you walk in one side, out the other.
It is. And it's set up just like Pittston.
Really?
Yeah, they have
the basketball court. Pittston don't have that.
Well, the kitchen set up like that, because if you go into Pittston, then you have the cooler over here, and it has all the drinks and stuff. That's Salt Lake also.
Salt Lake Terminal is much different than when it was a Swift terminal. Yeah, they completely, I guess, tore everything down and rebuilt it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the one that did the video on the Salt Lake City. I might check it out.
Yes, sir. I'm going to say this. It is a little quick because, like I said, I don't feel comfortable videoing people. It's kind of weird to me. I mean, like, what are they thinking? Like, why is he videoing me?
I'll translate what he really meant, River Rich. He said, if you're going to use and abuse my Salt Lake City video on that terminal, then you better hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. Desmond says, hey, I spoke to the recruiter and they told me I couldn't apply for Prime due to a suspension on my license last year. Is there any way around it possible? Probably not without time. Time is going to be your best friend on that. Desmond, don't give up. If you have to go somewhere else, go somewhere else. Get your CDL. If you can wait, then wait a while, let that suspension stuff get some time down the road, and then apply. I'm sorry to hear that happened to you, though. Not a fan of the Salt Lake City terminal. I am not either.
I'm not either. No, not really.
What's your favorite terminal?
Springfield. Only because, well, for one, Pittston is small. Springfield, I guess I'm just saying that because I was trained there. That's the terminal I'm closest to. I'm like going in a car, I'm like 10 hours away from there. But for the way I drive and the speed I drive, I can make it there in 5. Ha ha, just joking. Yeah, I'm like 10 hours away from there. I don't drive that fast.
I don't like that light flickering. It was flickering. But my favorite terminal is going to be Pittston. I've always liked the people over there. They were really nice. And
now that I do give Pittston.
And like it seemed like they weren't I hate to say this, but there's a lot of people that tell on you over at Springfield, and there's a lot of people that act like they're better than anybody else over there. Unfortunately.
Yep. Now, Salt Lake, I do like Salt Lake, but I just can't fly my drone out there.
Why not?
Because, inbound, outbound, well, if you looked at the diagram in the beginning of that video where I laid everything out, the Google Maps, and I started labeling everything, right there where inbound, outbound is, let's just say half of the terminal and half of the terminal I cannot fly because it's a no-fly zone because it's because there's an airport right there.
Well, nobody has to know.
But the thing is, my drone can actually detect airplanes.
So what's it gonna do? Like come back and land?
No, it'll just detect where the airplane is, how far it is above my drone. Because U.S. law, I can only fly 400 feet in the air, and so I have in my settings on the app, I only have it to where it can go up to 380 feet.
Matt B says Pittston's the red-headed child of the terminal. Salt Lake City International Airport is just about 2.5 miles north of that terminal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't trying to get you taken down by Secret Service or nothing like that.
Yeah, I ain't trying to either. But the other half, I can fly. It's just I can't go above. I don't think I can go above like 250 feet.
How's that new wash bay? They got a new wash bay?
Yeah, and they actually get the back of your cab when you have a trailer.
Spiffy. The drop yard
Yeah.
looked the same, exactly the same. It looked like they didn't change nothing in the drop yard.
They didn't. The most they did, um, as you can probably tell, it's the drop yard is just big squares of concrete. All they did was take up some squares of concrete and replace them, the ones that are really busted up.
How about the training pad? Where's that at?
That's in the. If you looked at the map, it's on the very bottom. It's like there's only like maybe 4 pads out there.
Oh,
In the
I'll relook at
office,
it.
in the office is a trailer, like a single wide short trailer. It's a trailer office. I mean,
We used to have
so
one of those here in Springfield. Like that. That's whenever I got my CDL. I walked in a trailer. Like I walked in the trailer. I think there was a. I went to the first desk on the left, and we did our paperwork. And I remember the other guy that tested about the same time as I did. He failed. I passed my test and came back, and that examiner barely finished his test, and the dude failed. They came in, slammed that trailer door, bam. What were you doing out there? I was like, oh, like the room shook. I was like, oh, that's not good.
because I know the inbound outbound in Springfield is actually fairly new. Like
Your vlog,
the Plaza
River Rich, your
building.
vlog on what you were talking about. I just did a video you might want to check out. It's called Truckers Against Human Trafficking. You might want to check that out. It's a pretty good video. I just read the card. Actually, I got the card right here, River Rich. Next time you come over and cook some steaks. Oh my gosh. You need to get you one of these at any of your local terminals, River Rich. Make the call, save lives.
Oh, speaking of cards, I have business cards that are being made that I went through the app and got done.
They're a waste of money.
It's like $10. I want to be like y'all. I want to get out there.
I have a box of them you can have with my name on them, but I don't give them out to nobody. Oh, I thought I was wearing my badge. I was about to say it looks like this, but I don't even have it.
Yeah, because not my fleet manager, but my recruiter was in not last Friday morning meeting, but the Friday morning meeting before that one. Mine was Nikki Yost, and she mentioned it and all that stuff. So y'all gonna be seeing my link to the application in the description of my videos here pretty soon, because she's gonna get my link too. So
Matt B says, I've been thinking about going to Flatbed after winter is over, but I'm not sure. Just got to do some more research on it. Yeah, Matt. Winter comes back though, bro. Like
every year.
You're going Flatbed, go Flatbed now. I don't know. I'm not down for Flatbed. It's just
I'm too fat for that.
Too cold out there, too hot out there. I mean, like, it's bad. It's hard work.
You'll chase your tarps around.
Yeah, wind blowing off your tarp and stuff. You gotta go chase it down. You gotta fold that stuff. Does Prime Inc. hire Canadians? I'm sure they would if now they live in America.
Yeah, I don't want to say y'all, apologies, but if they did live in America, yes.
So I'm not 100% sure because I know we do. No, it has to be America because the whole CDL has to be American.
And I think it goes for any other country, because if somebody comes over here from another country, they would have to have their United States driver's license for at least a year.
2 years.
Okay, 2 years then. It's been updated since I knew about it.
Or the last time I had somebody from another country coming in, well, go Diego, go. His Prime told him 2 years on a U.S. driver license.
Oh wow, yeah, it's been. I was led to believe it was 1 year, but hey.
Oh, you have a YouTube channel? I'm not important enough to have my own business cards. Hey, you could get some. You would have to get those fancy business cards. I can't remember the name of his LLC. Something in caviar, but like your business card would have to come in like a can with the lid you peeled off. Fancy little tricks to open it and stuff. What's going on, Scotty B? How have you been, brother? Yeah, Pioneer. Best
Yes,
thing I
sir.
would do is say get with a recruiter, call up a recruiter and see what they tell you about that.
I'll hook you up with my recruiter.
I guess I gotta throw my Mexican CDL away. It's not Mexican, it's Mexico CDL.
Actually, the if you watch Fluffy, if you watch Gabriel Iglesias, it's Mexico, not Mexico. It's Mexico.
Yeah, like Texas is Tejas.
Tejas.
Caviar and Dreams Trucking LLC. Jeez.
I'm thinking about getting an LLC. I just don't want Reefer Hauling Inc. Oakdale Reefer Hauling Inc. or whatever.
Okay, why did you not get an LLC? I thought everybody says that if you go lease, you have to get an LLC because it protects your business. Why did you decline?
I don't know. I just never had one. I'll probably, but I'm going to end up getting one here before long. Probably the next time I go to Springfield. I got to be in Springfield for an ACE 2 class.
Okay.
I'll be getting one.
Yeah, I see. I'm not big. I don't know too much on the LLC. But
that's the reason I don't have one. I don't know too much about it.
I know it's something about like if you get sued, you want them to be able to go at the LLC and not you or something. I don't know. River Rich, tell us about this LLC.
I was told that they would be going after your business, not your personal or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something about. Ooh, I need to do some research because that's some stuff I need to know in case somebody else asks. I was hoping you knew the answer, so I was like let's hear this. Give me the dirt.
Hey, I can look it up and I can do a video on all that.
Scotty B's hanging out at the home. I want soft, fluffy, never lie. I want soft, fluffy, never
laugh so hard in my life. That dude is hilarious. He is funny.
Yeah, dude, he's hilarious.
I like when he does his voices.
Talking about Snoop Dogg, he did an interview with Snoop Dogg.
I saw that. I looked it up right after I watched that. I looked up that interview. I watched the whole thing.
So
that thing was
River
funny.
Rich says limited liability corporations protects your personal assets.
That.
So that's why you want an LLC, is you want it to protect your personal. That way that somebody can't come out of it. Well, you'd think they would still be able to sue you civilly. Well, I don't know. You got the answers for that, Oakdale?
No. But in that case, I will be going to getting my LLC though.
Hey, look, and also you can there's a little, what's it called? In the
QR code.
There's a QR code if you ever need to do your application up there in the top of the screen. You just
it is right over here. Code. Wait. It is right over this way to me.
Yeah, our cameras are probably flipped.
Yeah, I'm pointing over here, and it's like
Twitches. Yeah, I'll show you how I get one of those too, because I know how I get one of those for you too. If you need one.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
They'll sue your business, not your personal assets. So right now you're not protected.
Now I'm thinking why I did not get one then. I don't think about things. Already thinking about lease stuff is already too much thinking.
Knowledge is research. Always do your research, and that's
Oh yeah.
one of the things. That's like a lot of people don't even know that your first lease payment's deferred once you sign that contract. So your first 7 days, you need to get out and run because you want to make as much as you can that week.
Yep.
Because you're not having a truck payment. In other words, your first truck payment is like actually your first 7 days truck payment, whatever you want to call it. You're not paying, so you can run straight up and take whatever you don't spend. I would definitely put that money up. If I went lease, I would run hard that first week and I'd take every cent of that and just put it up somewhere. See, River Rich said he did a little research on that stuff.
I did none.
But you were already trucking for how long? How long have you been driving for Prime? Or how long you been driving?
My first day of orientation was July 8th of 2019. I've been out on my own since January 1st of January 2nd was my first load for 2020.
Okay. So you've been out here doing this for a little while.
Yep. It's just I've been company those years. Didn't have to worry about nothing. Well, I don't want to say nothing.
Got his class. I think you meant Class A. My nephew got his Class A, no restriction on the first try. Made me proud. I told you, Scotty, he has it in his blood, man. Anybody with truckers in their family, they got it in their blood now. They come out here and they do just fine. Yeah, look, it popped up Class A. See, I'm a pretty educated guesser.
Hey, let me borrow your truck. I want to get this restriction off my license.
Right. River Ridge says also sign the lease on Monday or Tuesday so you're ready to run at the first day of your settlement week. Did you know that, Oakdale?
No, I didn't until I saw your video that you have from the time you sign your lease, you got 3 days to get off that yard with a load.
3 days to get off the yard. Yeah, I'd run hard as soon as I got it signed. And there's a lot to that contract. How many pages do you think it was, if you had to guess?
52? 53?
52, 53 pages. So, like, everything's in there. How many?
And my settlement went from 2 or 3 pages to 10.
To 10 pages. Yeah, they make that thing complicated to read. And like whenever I was looking at a lease guy settlement, I was like, it's from the time you got the truck until that date. So like it's not by the year, it's the entire time you had that truck is how it was added together. I was like, man, hey, look at this. 13 votes now, and 62% said take the warning, 38 said the ticket.
Add me to that. Take the ticket.
Take the ticket.
Yes, sir.
Heckrod says, can't be lazy. I'm sure tax-wise, without a LLC, you will be taxed to death. Without writing things off, I would do that ASAP.
Yeah, when I went through that the tax class, excuse me. When I went through the tax class, when I was getting in the truck and everything, as a single driver, no dependence on my taxes, they're talking about $23,000 a year.
23,000. I paid 46 last year.
They're talking, but I know some drivers in here is not going to agree, but I went through Abacus and I'm paying quarterly. So
I wish I could sneak into one of those ACE 2 classes. River Rich says ACE 2 class will teach you how to understand your statement.
Do I need to go in there and sit there and do a live video for you?
Yeah, record the whole thing.
I'll record the whole. I'll make sure I sit in the front of the room and have my phone propped up.
I'm curious. That's something I've never done at Prime. Is I've never leased. I've only been company. All 6 years I've been company, so I never lease. So I don't know squat about lease. I know how to run a truck. That's about it.
Like I said, I got these receipts right here. I got, like I said in my live, I bought a $60 pair of bolt cutters. Don't judge me because that's the only bolt cutters they had. These things are like 36 inches long, and I didn't want those big, huge bolt cutters. I got the GoPro today and everything like that. So,
yeah, Rod, I agree with you. Never got one, but you can contest it all day long, at least. Yeah, and that's the problem with the warning is you can't fight it, or it takes, from what I understand, it takes an act of Congress to get a warning removed from your record. When you got a ticket, you can go and fight it at least.
Yeah, I got a ticket here in Oakdale on a home time. It was speeding, but I paid it right then and there in my next home time. I never had to go to court over it.
How many demerits did you get for that?
Since I don't think I got any because I paid it like a month before because my grandpa, he sits in like I don't want to say jury. He sits right there and kind of.
I got a list right here. Were you going over 15?
I was going 71 in a 50.
Do the math.
That's 21 miles over the speed limit.
Uh, 20 what?
21 miles over the speed limit.
Oh, you almost got 6 demerits. You probably got 4.
He got this cheat sheet right there and everything.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was gonna make that video, and then I was all like, "Whoa, the warning versus the ticket. I need more."
I'm gonna have to get you to scan that into your phone and send it to me. I'm curious now.
Which page?
All of it.
That's just how I make videos. How I make videos is I start noting stuff down.
I need to start doing that.
Like the demerit started off as destroy your trucking career, and then it turned into it got
dark right off the bat.
Tickets, and then it turned into wait station tickets because warnings versus tickets at a wait station, and then it just like that's how my brain works. Is I gotta write stuff down, and I like. You can't have a copy of it because I can't spell very good. So you'll be like, what are these words?
And I'll be messaging you on Facebook. Like, what does this mean? What does this mean? What are you trying to say right here? But yeah, I'll have to do my own research on it.
I use Abacus. I pay quarterly, pay $5,300 on my first quarter. So that's not too bad.
I'll probably pay about $2.
So you're looking at over what 20 grand 900 by the if you kept the same, if you had to pay the same amount every quarter, like 20 something 21, we'll just say 21 grand.
Yeah.
Pegleg says some states a 20 mile per hour over the speed limit is a felony and reckless driving. I think I got a demerit on here for reckless driving if they would have added that on there too.
Mine was
reckless would have got you 6 more demerits.
That's what I had. Mine's clean now.
6.
Mine's clean now. Hey, no, please don't be no higher ups in here. Y'all don't need to know that. Y'all did not hear it from me. It's a person that looked like me that did it.
How long ago was it?
Oh, it's been since like September of last year.
Oh, September last year.
And I had a court date for November 7th, and I didn't go to that because I paid it like 2 months in advance. I went in there, slung them $300, and that was it.
300. That's it.
Yes, sir.
You should have deferred it, or what's it called? Deferred, or took the safety thing.
I did a no contest. Pleaded no contest.
River Rich says, I'm single, no kids, had a lot of deductions. I didn't take a hit from my bank. Hey,
I
River
just opened
Rich.
an account today.
Man, I wish River Rich was in here because I would be asking him so many questions. How do you like we were talking about before the live, in your live we were talking about saving receipts for tax write-offs. How much can you write off a year? What's the max you can write off a year?
I don't think I didn't hear nothing about that unless if you're talking to Rich over here.
I'm talking to you. Like, how much can you write off in a year? Because I know you can write off different stuff like your phone. What can you write off and what can you not write off?
They a person tried to tell me that was what because I was going around asking people, hey, what's a tax write-off? This older flatbedder, he said he's been leasing forever. He said video games was a tax write-off. And I'm like, now your Xbox is a tax write-off, but the games is not. Because the only reason the Xbox is a tax write-off is because you can use that as a computer to your TV if you have Wi-Fi, which Wi-Fi obviously is a tax write-off and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's your hotspot.
Yeah.
Clean record is gold. Yeah, Rod, you ain't lying. If you have a clean record, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's a max. There's no max. Write off anything that has to do with your business. I was watching a YouTube video about how rich people claim vehicles that weigh a certain amount. Like the reason, like a lot of rich people buy like Navigators or like what's it called? What's the
Lincoln
Cadillac?
Navigator, Cadillac Escalade.
Escalades and stuff like that. They weigh a certain amount and they can write that off on their taxes because it weighs a certain amount or something like that.
Those things look like they do weigh pretty good.
Saves a lot of money. I'd have to buy it and then trade it in next year for another one, get another tax write-off. Just have the new one every year.
Yeah, that's one reason why I'm not lease purchasing a truck, because I get a truck every 3 years after every lease.
Pegleg says there's certain forms for entertainment that can be used as a tax write-off.
Yeah, I was just told video games is not.
Yeah. How about DVD movies? You know, a lot of people buy DVD movies and stuff like that. With Netflix and all the streaming and the Fire Sticks and stuff, I guess streaming is where it's at. I guess people are not.
I would think DVDs. So. I buy DVDs.
Yeah, but I bet you anything. Some like 20-year-olds out there right now, like, what's a DVD?
There's people out there saying, "What's a VHS player?"
Well, you remember Laserdisc?
Yeah, I do.
CD that man. Big. A lot of people don't know what I'm talking about. Whenever I just said Laserdisc, they're all like, "What are you talking about?" It was either that or VHS back in the days. VHS killed it. Killed the laser
Yeah.
disc. Rod says, had to pertain to business. You can't rent studio apartments and write it off as your office. But can you have your like significant other work for you? Like she takes care of some of your paperwork and stuff, and you pay her and write that off?
Think so.
Just asking. Watching from Erie, PA.
I like going up there for some
Will
reason.
the game American Truck Simulator be able to be written off? I was this close to buying it the other day. I needed footage of going across a scale, so I looked up that video game and I said, "Oh, they got scales on them." But I was like, "Man, how long would I have to drive that thing to get to a scale?"
I'm pretty sure there's video footage out there that you could get like a scale experience for a video.
The bad
but
thing
then
is
it's
like
somebody.
copyright and stuff like that.
Yeah, my little video that I posted, my new name of the YouTube and the thing like that, I got copyrighted on that video.
For your name?
No, for the little song that I used in that 1 minute video.
Oh yeah, you can't do that.
And it was labeled as no copyright, royalty free music on it.
You gotta learn, young grasshopper. If it doesn't come from YouTube, you can't use it. If it doesn't come from YouTube official, don't use it. All that Power Direct stuff that you're gonna use to add music in, all of that stuff will get you copyrighted. Trust me, I'll raise my hand. I know. I've done it.
But the one I download from is no copyright songs. It's a YouTube channel. I can use all that I want, and it won't get me.
Matt Lynch says, I was wondering, what is the normal pay for company side on reefer for experienced drivers coming into Prime? It's gonna depend on your experience. You would have to get with a recruiter on that question and get the exact numbers from them with the amount of experience you have. Because I don't know the exact numbers. I used to have an email with it in there, but that was a long time ago, and that was like 2 phones ago. So no, that was 1 phone ago. No, I broke one. Yeah, 2 phones ago. And I don't have that information no more. I used to have that information. Rod says the falls under food and entertainment. So over time, technically, you're writing of your games.
I mean, I know you can get food for the truck, and that's a tax write-off because I think that falls under per diem. I think.
Yeah, you can hire. Just make sure it's legit with a W-2. Oh, there you go. River Ridge says, if you have a mortgage, you can write off a percentage of that as an office and a percent of your power bill. And from my understanding, you can write off a percentage of your car if you use it more than, I think, 30% of the time to get to work. But we're over the road truck drivers, so we're not using it 30% of the time to get to work. Aaron says, I have a question. What's the difference between going to a truck driving school versus going with Prime for training? Oakdale, what you want to say?
All I'm going to say is come to Prime. Because if you go to a school and you come to Prime, you're going to have to do way more miles. Right now, I think it's because Prime's going to look at it like if you went to a school, they just taught you like literally the basics just to get your license, and they said, okay, here's your license.
So whenever you come to Prime with a CDL, and this just depends if your in-game goal is go to a school and then end up at Prime, because At Prime, if you come in with a CDL, then you're gonna have to do 60K miles. So you're doing an extra 10K miles, and we're going to still have to take you straight through the PSD process anyways, because guess what? You're not up to Prime standards. Like Prime, we're up here. So like we got to bring you up to Prime standards. And a lot of us instructors out there, we don't even really like messing with CDL holders because you guys are really hard to deal with. We got to tear down all the habits and all the stuff that you learned and rebuild you from the ground up. And which is cool. Like it's hard. In a way it's harder on us, but in a way it's harder on you. But it can be done as long as the person is good at like taking instruction and learning from what they're doing. If you're not good at taking instruction and you're gonna have kind of this attitude of like, I know what I'm doing already. Now, as for going to a school, make sure you do your research on it. Make sure that they have like jobs lined up for you. Good thing about a school is if you're going to go to a school and you're going to pay for it, if you have the cash to pay for it, then that's great. But make sure that they have a career path for you. Make sure that they're accredited, that you're going to get sent to a good area. And that's one of the videos that I'm also looking at making. I don't know where my other paper is, but I have some more notes right here. This is my notes on what to, and I drew a picture on it. Don't mind the face. I was bored. But that's another video that I was working on, and that is what questions should I ask a recruiter whenever I call them for a company. So I have stuff on here like are they trainers? Are they teachers? Are they just teachers, or have they actually drove a truck for a while? What's your pass rate? What kind of, is it one-on-one student to teacher ratio? What's your student to teacher ratio? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you should ask them. What kind of companies are lined up after this? Is it going to be over the road? Is it going to be local? Is it going to be regional? There's a lot of stuff going into that. If you don't have the money to go to a trucking school, then there's a lot of mega carriers out there, Prime being one of them, that you can come to and do the 1-year contract. It's going to cost you 1 year of your life to get your CDL. But during that 1 year of your life, you're getting paid while you're doing it. Prime has we have the PSD process. You go through that with like a one-on-one or just a few people and an instructor, and you learn how to drive the truck, back the truck. I mean, it's a lot of hands-on. And then you go through 50K on the job training with a TNT trainer. That's what I'm calling it now. It's TNT. It's on the job training. You're learning how to deal with shippers, receivers. You're learning how to back. You're learning all the paperwork. I mean, to me, there's a great advantage of going to a mega carrier and learning that way. And if you do, there's my driver code, COXDJO.
Over there.
I don't know Oakdale's.
TOMLKL.
And there's Oakdale's. Yeah, food is a per diem.
Yeah.
Correct. Your per diem is $69 a day. You deduct over the days away from home.
Yeah, that's another thing. I gotta make sure I know, like write down, because they asked me to like write down the days that I take off. So.
You never take no time off. You're always running.
Yeah.
Right. Peg legs is on average time to do 50 to 60,000 miles for training. What's the average of time? Okay, the average time. What I tell people is take I would say a team truck, company or lease, can average easily 5K miles a week. So you take 5K a week. There's your 10 weeks plus a week of home time. So there's another week. So you're looking at a couple months. And that, that doesn't mean that it's only 5K a week. Some weeks you're going to do more than that. Some weeks you're going to do less. That's why I'm saying you're averaging about 5K miles a week.
Yeah. I ended my training with almost 80,000.
Yeah, I remember you said that. That's a lot of miles. River Rich says, let's do a chat after this. Not past your bedtime. All right, we're going to jump on Discord after the live. That's what that means. I like the Discord, man. We have a good time in there.
I mean, I follow the conversations. It's just I never really message anything in there.
River Rich says, use your cash expense paper that they gave you and fill it out and email it in at the end of the month. Are you doing that?
For the last week, no.
Do you have one? What's it look like?
They're actually in my truck. It has at the top, it has enough space for like 4 trips. It's trip number, loaded miles, then it goes to empty miles and the revenue for that load. Then it goes down. Then you put the same information in. Then this is where then down there it gets to where like what is your out of pocket expenses, and like if you had any washouts, truck washes, how much fuel did you spend? How much fuel did you spend and stuff like that.
Give Oakdale my number. All right, you ready to write this down, Oakdale? I'm going to give you River Rich's number.
I have no pen.
Oh, man.
You can just message it to me.
Just do it on a live. Hey, River Rich's number.
Don't do that.
There are 14 people in here. He would get 14 phone calls like, boom.
Hey, well, you was in Twisted's live.
He would be like, he would call me up. He would be like, were you drunk or something? You gave my number out on a live? No, I'm just drinking Dr. Pepper with the strawberries and cream. That sounds so manly. Oh, you're drinking the same thing but zero sugar. It's pretty good. I was shocked.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
Oakdale, would you rather do Cabbage Patch Pass or Cajun Pass in the wintertime?
None of them. I want to stay on flat ground. I like flat ground in the wintertime.
I think Cabbage is taken care of better. I think that they expect more weather on. Well, I don't know.
By how my bunk heater in my truck is doing, I do not want to go past. I would rather not go past 20. North of 20, I mean.
No, not that paper. That's your profit worksheet.
Yeah, that's it.
I have another question. What happens if you fail the TNT training? But there's not really a fail it necessarily. Mm-hmm. There is more of a you need more training. So after TNT, they bring you in to do your upgrade process. You can fail the upgrade process. What happens on the upgrade process is you go take a test on the simulator, a backing test on the simulator, which people do fail because they get motion sickness or whatever. And then they bring you down to the training pad where the examiners will eval you and let you go back into the spot, take you on a drive. They're just going to do a simple eval on you to make sure that you're safe and you're ready for your own truck. After you prove that you're safe and you're ready for your own truck, you go on your way. If you fail that one, then you will be sent back out on TNT for some extra mileage till you are better. So it's not like you're going to fail TNT and they're going to be like, You're out of here, man.
Or your trainer would just tell the fleet manager, no, he's not ready, or something like that. He'll just keep you on your truck, or I'm just gonna say the trainer will keep you on their truck until they feel you are ready.
14 people and 8 likes. That's more than half, Peg Leg. It's more than half. Win on TNT. Win on TNT.
Win on TNT. Win. Huh?
Elaborate, James. I'm not sure what you're trying to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they asked me if I want to show this comment or hide it. I think I'm going to leave it hidden.
Oh, you done got me curious now.
It's not so nice about Swift comment, but
oh,
James says, win in TNT and your trainer takes home time and you stay in the truck, do you get paid for the time? If you're staying in the truck, you should be paid for the time because you're available for dispatch. If you're going through that situation, make sure that you hit up your fleet manager and, hey, this is not my home time. Like, I should be getting paid. Now, if you and your trainer are like, your trainer's like, man, I'm just going to be home like for 34, or I'm just going to be home like a day. It's not that big of a deal to me. Like, it wouldn't be that big of a deal because I stayed on my trainer's truck for Thanksgiving and I stayed in a truck stop for like probably 2 days. I didn't complain. I did get paid for it though. I wasn't expecting it, but I did.
Nope, as long as you're available for dispatch. Yep. Yep.
Even if you go home when he does. No, it doesn't work if you go home too. It doesn't work like that. Now, a lot of people were using that as a loophole, and they went ahead and fixed that. If you're at home time, the only way it does work like that, Rich, is if you ask for a new trainer because your TNT trainer went home and you didn't want to go, you wanted to keep doing your miles. So you have an option of getting a new trainer, but you're not getting on the same guy's truck. So if you wanted to stay with that trainer, then you're going to be on home time. He's going to be on home time. And that's that. It used to work. It used to work like that, but it doesn't anymore. Yes, it does. Trust me. Were you on TNT like 2 months ago, River Rich? 2 months ago, were you on TNT?
Because when I was on my trainer's truck, I went home with him.
Do what?
When I was on my trainer's truck, I went home with him. So
3 days in his parked truck, got no pay. Yeah, that's what.
Wow.
You need to hit up the fleet manager and be like, hey, what's up with my check? And he'll probably give you the runaround. He'll be like, go talk to payroll, hit up payroll and be like, hey, why did I not get paid? It's all about, like, if you make a big enough deal about it. If that doesn't work, go to the next person, go to the next person. No why guy. Yeah, there used to be a loophole. I never agreed with it anyways. Like, if your trainer's going home, like, it should be trainer and student. Like, if y'all should come to agreement on home time. If your trainer needs to go home for something, hey, he'll send you home. Go on your home time. You're not getting paid. Cool. Whenever y'all come back out, y'all start running again, you'll get paid again. Enjoy your home time. You need home time to get away from each other.
I think the only spat me and my trainer had is because we was under a high val load, and he got out to fuel, and I got out to went to the bathroom.
I would have problem backing. If you have, this is one thing I'm going to tell you guys about people saying I'm going to have problems with backing, and I kind of dealt with this today. Kind of. But if you keep on having the attitude of I'm going to have trouble with backing, or backing's going to be hard, or I can't do backing, then you're going to have a horrible time out there, and you're not going to learn it because you're too much saying you can't do this. You got to come with that positive attitude, like I'm here, let's do this. I'm going to do this. I want to be good at backing. I want to back. Like, you cannot come out here with the I can't do this, man. I can't do this. You got to come out here positive and wanting to do this, like straight up.
That's why
it's going to get easier. My bad. It's going to get easier if you have the whole mindset of I'm going to do this. Like, I'm not going to have a problem with backing. I'm going to give it a try, and not coming out here and stressing yourself out too much and being like, I got to do this. I got to do this. Nobody's making you do this. You just have to have that positive attitude. Speak it into existence. Wake up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror and say, look, I'm going to have a good day. I'm going out there to learn how to back. Go ahead, Oakdale. What were you going to say?
That's why when people tell me, some people actually come up to me like in Walmart when they see me get out of my truck when I go to Walmart grocery shopping. And it actually happened when I was in Dodge City waiting on this load. I was on a 34. And I rolled up to Walmart and they saw me get out of the truck. It's like they were stalking me. Not really, but it was like it kind of was because they met me in Walmart. They're like, you drive that truck outside, right? I'm like, there's 3 trucks outside. Which one? The brown one. I'm like, yeah. I could never drive one of those because can't those trucks weigh up to 80,000 pounds, and aren't they like 15 feet tall? I'm like, about the weight, yes. And our height is 13 and a half feet. I could never drive one of those. I'm like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you could.
Backing is easy until a bald guy's yelling and beating on the mirror with his hat. I don't know who he's talking about. River Ridge came out. Never mind. We ain't even going to talk about that. Pegleg says, good key to backing a trailer is do little, small corrections. Do not Snoop Dogg the wheel. Exactly right. Big wheel turns are going to cause you more problems. Sometimes you want to know the best students. The best students are the guys that come out there and they're all like, I don't care. I'm just going to try something out. Those are the best students because they don't care about it. They're just like, yeah, I'm going to get it sooner or later. Yeah, that didn't work. Let me try that. Oh, that didn't work. Let me try it this way. And then finally they start getting it and they're all like, oh, I see it now. The hardest guys to teach is the guys that want it really bad, that want to get it and understand it quick. They're all like, I gotta do good. When should I turn? Should I turn here? Should I turn there? Or the overthinkers. Yeah, if I get the trailer 5% off, the truck 5% off the side of the trailer, and then the front of the trailer is going to go about 12% off that way, and the back of the trailer is going to go 18% that way. But then if I get it back to 2%, then the front of the trailer is going to go another 3%. In the back of the trailer is going to go another 6%. Doesn't make sense, but they do too much thinking about it, like overcomplicating it. Backing is all reaction. Like you're reacting to what you see in the mirror. You're not just, it doesn't go in there perfect same way every time. Every time it's going to go in there different. You could do the same spot 20 times in a row, and I bet you wouldn't put it in there the exact same way 2 times. Any backing advice, Oakdale?
Just what you just said. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't sit there and turn the wheel like this. Just kind of do it like this as much as you need it. Don't just sit there and turn the wheel all the way over, then say, dang it, and then turn it all the way back over and then get frustrated. because I actually did that. It took me 30 minutes to back into a alley dock on the training pad.
River Ridge, we had a, when was that? Oh, first day of the year on the pad. Some of us trainers, we got a Peterbilt out there, and we put it on a tanker, and we did all the backing maneuvers in it. And there was only 2 of us that actually got the tanker into the alley dock completely. Like, one of us was out like that much. The other one was out a little bit more. I mean, but me and another trainer, we both got it in the alley dock. I didn't get it in the parallel to the right because I had the wheel turned, so my wheel was over the. I should have straightened up the wheel, but I didn't. So the wheel was sticking over the line in the parallel, so that got me 10 points. But dude, I can whip that tanker in there in a Peterbilt.
Speaking of putting Peterbilts on tankers, why don't we have internationals on flatbeds?
Dude, they barely rode on the highway. What are you talking about? You want to take one off roading? Smoking crack.
I noticed that. I'm like, why don't we? That's the only division that internationals are not on.
Here's a back end advice. If you're gonna hit something, hit prime stuff. That's horrible advice.
That is.
That's just like, I can back up till it sounds expensive. Then I pull up.
Yeah.
What's up, Kenworth Rider?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, I keep backing till it sounds expensive. That's horrible advice.
Or my truck don't go back any further.
Oakdale, I'm gonna end this live, but stay in here after I end it, because I'm gonna give you River Rich's phone number. He wanted he wanted you to call him. He's a great guy too. But we're out of here, guys. Thank you, Oakdale, for coming in here. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel too. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. It's definitely a go check out for that Salt Lake City terminal video. So far, it's the only video I've seen of Salt Lake City. So make sure y'all go check that out. Good night. Sorry, Kenworth. I know you just came in here until Thursday night live at 7 p.m. Central Time. Y'all be safe out there. We're out. Add me as a referral to your application. Click yes, and then type in COXDJO. You click the next video right there. Add me as a referral.